Nothing in this podcast is intended as investment advice, and the people in this podcast may hold positions in the stocks they talk about. Do not buy any investment based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.
Welcome, Paul. What we're going to be doing is talking just a little bit about one of your own personal investments. You own just a bit more than 5% of Conroy Gold. So just like your opinion on this situation that they find themselves in now.
I have a long history with Conroy. I've been out to site a number of times. I've been looking at the business for over 10 years. And the last business I was looking at for over 10 years was Greatland Gold when I invested. So I've got to pay attention this time. They've got a unique opportunity. I think it's been developing slowly over the years. Sensible people would agree with that. But they finally got to the point where all the kind of ducks are lining up, And,
leprechauns. We call them leprechauns in Ireland.
Oh, okay, fair enough. And, you've got a major 60-kilometre gold trend, mineralised gold trend, multiple kind of mines potentially along the way. You've got a concentrated resource, 500 and something thousand ounces already, and probably going to be, a few million, Clontarf and Clay Lake. You've got the ability, they published a conceptual study a few years ago that showed, I think the target was 15, 20 million ounces back then. And I think the conversation was, or the publicity was about 8 million ounces or so at Clontarf Clay Lake. So this is enormous. For lovers of heavy air on Greatland Gold, getting hugely excited about the potential there. I would say that's fantastic. And I think it's a superb story. I was involved quite closely with it. You look at Conroy, it's been ignored over the years, and in some respects deservedly. But it's now at that point in its life where they've got things in place. They've got their joint venture partner with the capital to do the job, a very professional outfit that will take this project forward. They're launching 3,000 metres of drilling. Junior companies do 1,000 metres if they're lucky. But this is 3,000 metres of drilling. They're really going for it. I think it's step-out drilling, so they're looking to build the resource, right? They're not just looking to reconfirm what's there. They've done some due diligence drilling, as you saw the results from recently, with 100 metres of a gram a tonne. Within that, I think there was 44 metres of 1.5 grams a tonne and some higher grade zones on the way through. You don't get 100-metre mineralised zones like this in normal deposits. This is a super deposit. It's over an extended area. I've been out to the field a number of times. I've seen the drill rigs in operation. I've been there wearing the Conroy Gold hard hat in the field. I've seen the conversations with the farmers who are hugely supportive of this coming in, and that's important because you're going on their land. And I've seen the technical team. I actually asked a member of the technical team on the last visit, if you had 10 million euros, what would you do? How would you spend the money? And he said, we know exactly where we would spend the money. And we would drill here, here, and here. They've worked this project for so long, they know exactly how to take it forward. And now they have a partner that can help them do that. What's the market cap at the moment? Is it
12 million pounds?
Yeah, okay. And how much did Greatland Gold hit when they were holding?
1.3 or 1.2 billion.
Went over a billion.
Right.
1.2, yeah.
Now, here's where it gets sexy. Because all that's well and good, that's all geology that people don't understand. I don't understand it. I'm not a geologist, I'm an accountant. But I understand money. They've got a deal with this in this joint venture that is unique, well constructed, and entirely fair from their perspective. I think after the earning with their partner, they dropped to circa 40%.
42.5%.
Thank you very much for that. And that's great. And at that point, they can fund or dilute, I guess, to take the interest forward. Now, this is the problem with these great joint ventures, is that at some point down the road, you have to pay your way to stand your ground. They have built within their deal a carry loan facility. So if they want to avoid having to pay for things because they know it's a sword of Damocles hanging over their head, they can default into a situation where they are entirely funded all the way through into mine construction, building everything, getting the processing plant going and producing gold. And they will still have, I think it's a 25% position at the end of that process. And they pay that carry loan back from the profits of producing the gold. This is a unique deal. I've, not entirely agreed with Professor Conroy and Maureen Jones as they've led this business over the last few years, but I can't disagree with them now. That is a bonanza deal for this company and its shareholders. It's totally fair. It enables the partners to crack on and do their professional job, and they are a big organization, and they will do it properly, and they have the technical skills and the financial power to push this forward. And they've now fired up their campaign with a 3,000-meter drill program. Now, normally, I don't talk about other companies because I'm focused on power for obvious reasons. I do have a large shareholding in Conroy Gold. And just to clarify, I have no idea how long I'm going to hold this position. I'm excited by this. But when you look at the magnitude of this, the potential, I don't think many of us fully understand where this could go. And it's not about going to £1, which is I've seen commonly, mentioned. It's not about going to £2. None of us really know. And along the way, if you built a position like I have, you will sensibly take money off the table as the price builds. That's absolutely logical. But I think we've got a huge amount of upside. I had a substantial holding in Greatland Gold, bought at next to nothing, an average price of about 0.15 pence a share. Had I have held that through to its peak out in January 2021, it would have been worth circa £38 million, right? With this, ultimately, I thought that when it got to 2.5 pence, Greatland Gold was done. Well, I've kind of learned that lesson now. I'm more excited about this interest in the Conroy Gold business than I was about Greatland Gold back in the day. I think we've got a great future in this company. I think we're going to see some incredible moves. No one knows what's going to happen in our world. Anything could happen. And there is risk in all of this. And no one should invest what they can't afford to lose. But honestly, yeah, it's a great proposition. And it hasn't even started to warm up yet, in my view.
Well, Johnson, no need to say any more. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
This podcast was brought to you by Roast PR Limited. If you would like to appear on a future episode of The Sunday Roast, please email admin@thesundayroast.net.